I'm Mr. Funnybone, obviously, and I'm here to make a prediction. I'm going to talk about the weather. Whether or not you're going to keep watching this video or not. And I think there's a lot of high pressure coming to wherever you're watching this from because it's high pressure to laugh. I have no pressure to make you laugh. I'm Mr. Funnybone. And before I was Mr. Funnybone, I used to be whelmed all the time. I was whelmed frequently, but I got over it. Now that I am Mr. Funnybone, laughing, that's your problem. So I'm going to talk about the weather some more. If a weather forecaster is terrible or even average at making predictions, does that mean that they're still a meteorologist or are they a mediocreologist? I made a forecast last week. There's going to be a tornado and an earthquake. Well, it didn't happen, so I was overjoyed. Well, so what? Anybody can make those kind of predictions. Does that mean that I'm a mediocreologist? I don't know. But people do say a lot of strange things. I was listening to talk radio. Have you heard talk radio? Yeah, people call in, ask questions, hosts say things. There's one caller called in, I have 2 questions. Is it okay with you if I ask the second one first? My eyes just glazed over. Does that mean they have 3 questions? Was that the second question? What? I don't know. I can't figure it out. But I will know this. Anybody who thinks that talk is cheap, they ought to go see a psychiatric analyst for a while and wait for the bill. Find out talk is not cheap. People do say strange things even with their cliches. We think these cliches are all normal. They'll say things like, if you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns. Well, I'm not proud to say this at all. But I messed with the bull. And I didn't get no trombones. I didn't get any trumpets. I didn't even get a tuba. I didn't get any of the horns. I just got the mess. That's just the way my life seems to go. Under the category of people saying strange things, what about parents? I guess it's not so strange that they want to brag about their kids, but it's the things that they choose to brag about their kids. For example, potty training. What? Potty training? Is that all you got? Well, Dad's talking about, well, poop really kills. I'm old school. It's not the poop that kills. Crack kills. Poop just stinks. But people like to talk about stuff. I hate jokes about sports, so I'm not going to tell any sport jokes. Well, if push comes to shove, I suppose I could talk about judo. But I guess I could talk about work. Work. Everybody has to work. So I hate the meetings at my work. They're boring. Then there's all these acronyms. When did the major networks get involved in my work meetings? Whether it's ABC, Fox News Network, NBC, I can sure tell you that at my meetings, at my work, I can sure see BS. And when it comes to acronyms, I think the worst acronym that there is in the English language is IRS. The IRS contacted me last year. The letter said, please contact us regarding a pressing matter. Well, the joke's on them, because I decided that it was a depressing matter. So I just ignored it. So I hate those acronym stuff. So I don't like animal jokes either. When I was a kid, elephant jokes were popular. People would say things like, what time is it when an elephant sits on a fence? And then they'd say the punchline was supposed to be, time to get a new fence. That's incorrect, and I don't know why people thought that was so funny, because it's obviously time to get toilet paper. What do you think the elephant was doing sitting on the fence? Now, actually, it might even be more accurate to say it's time to get a shovel, but I just hope I'm not the one doing the scooping. But on the animal rights stuff, did you hear about, they have these conventions now, animal rights conventions? They had a pull-out session for the female sheep. Yeah. Be the you you've always wanted to be. Be the you you've always wanted to be. What? I'm sure they're not spelling it Y-O-U. I don't like top politics either, so I don't have any jokes about that. I did go camping a while ago, and there was some politicians nearby, and the campsite right over. They were from this WETIP, National WETIP Association. I guess that's where they try and get citizens to tell stuff to law enforcement authorities or whatever about criminal behavior. But I thought they were okay, nice people, I guess, until I went canoeing. Wee tip. Now in a while, the politicians are all wet. So now I just stay home. But even then, I'm finding out it's dangerous, or at least uncomfortable. I mean, I was just talking about my toothpaste. I was describing it. I said, my toothpaste is white and pasty. And my toothpaste got all upset that I would do that. That's when I found out that it's sensitive. Well, I have been putting that tube in all kinds of positions, so I tried to make up with the toothpaste by saying, look, I can get you some yoga lessons, Maybe then, all that weird positioning stuff won't be so bad. But, I mean, the world's got a lot of problems. And don't blame me. Don't blame me for all the world's problems. I mean, it's not my fault. I mean, if the road has potholes in it, whose fault is it? It's not mine. It's asphalt. So things just happen. I don't have to be funny. I am Mr. Funnybone, but this is a femur. It's a femur. It's not like a upper arm bone, so I don't have to be humorous. But I do have to go. Been having the flu symptoms, so I got to go. And I'm just telling you, when you have flu symptoms, it gives a whole new meaning to the word rectify.